Hi-ho, friends and neighbors. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody had a decent Monday, and let's get the show on the road.
So, Arbiter Rao. I can sympathize with his plight to some extent. Dead mentor, apparent cover-up, sure, I'd be mad too. But why do we have to be the ones to help him? Hasn't he got any other Protectorate hullheads to come to his aid? Maybe I ought to spell this out. I'm his enemy commander, and he's mine. Letting him aboard is putting both of us in a bad spot.
Good question. Aren't there any anti-choice hull heads who can come to your aid?
I ain't gonna respond to that. I ain't just saying this to be contrary, Commander. If he actually agrees to keep the peace, then fine, but I still gotta maintain due diligence. You should too. Anyway, appreciate you hearing me out.
Glad you stopped by. I had something I wanted to ask you. Now that we're out of pulping distance, are you sure about recruiting that Arbiter? That hammer's a fine piece of weaponry, sure enough. But how much can we trust the hand wielding it?
Number two, I know you who's watching my back row would be a fool of trying anything with you around.
I'm flattered. But if there's any match to be made for a Directorate agent, you've just brought him onto our ship. Armed. Arbiters ain't like us. Facts matter less to them than personal judgments. Once the boulder's going, someone's getting crushed. I've seen it happen more than once.
Couldn't you have intervened on those occasions?
And blow my cover? I still had my mission. Couldn't risk it.
Tristan's part of the crew now. I've heard your concern. I'll be sure to keep an eye on him. Number one, treat him with respect.
He'll get the same amount of respect he shows me and the rest of the crew. That's as much as I'll promise. I'm guessing you didn't come here to talk about Rao, though. So what's on your mind?
Nothing, apparently. We're good. Oh, you little pet. Pet, 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 pet. Oh! Crab is my pet. The pet is my crab. This? No. I mean, they're both made by people who've made Fallout. It's not fake Fallout, though. What's what?
Space Fallout.
Oh, space. I thought you said fake. Oh. Yeah. It did a better job than Starfield did, I will say that. Oh, this is where you hiding. What's that? These riff sketches are labeled with frantic notations and equations, what's up, Brunson? Which make them all the more unsettling. What's up?
It's strange how I ended up here, leading the cult.
Yeah.
If I hadn't started traveling with you, I may have spent my days hunting down the members I thought traitors and never realized it was Dagmar until too late. You may not have noticed, but I have a tendency to be impulsive, reckless, even.
What, you reckless?
Don't worry, I take my new role seriously. The cult needs me. They need my certainty. It was my deep faith that brought me through this trial, and it is my faith that will restore them. And I'm not discounting your part in all this. Like I said, without you, I'd be dead. The cult in ruins.
That's a cheery thought, and one I'd prefer not to dwell on.
What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my upper story.
I wanted to get your opinion on the crew.
Who exactly?
What's up with Niles?
Niles' naivete used to wear on me. I mean, how could he still believe in the nonsense he did with everything that happened to him?
What's your opinion on Vale?
I find her amusing. In a best not to torment her or she'll kill us all kind of way, which I completely respect.
And Marisol?
Of course I do. What's not to like? To envy? Her style, her lethality. Oh, she's a professional for architect's sake. I wish I'd known about her department when I was growing up. Even as a child, I know they'd have seen my potential.
And the 3 stones?
Kristen's a standard issue arbiter, albeit with an extra slathering of arrogance, especially when it comes to ensuring the Protectorate's inane laws are followed without question. But as long as that ridiculously large hammer of his isn't pointed in my direction, I could watch him administer justice all day. Though he'd be loath to admit it, his propensity for violence almost matches my own.
And what about Inez?
Not only does she possess more heart than your standard corporatist flunky, she's a great deal smarter as well. Don't tell her I said so.
Let's talk about
Such
something
as?
else.
What? Sorry. Caught me lost in my upper story.
Lovingly, if maniacally, produced drawings of the space anomaly. At least these ones are relatively not terrifying. If a miniature skip drive model, if only they came in this size. Flag of the Glorious Dome, torn and bloodied. Interesting room, keep clean. What was that? Rift sketches, lovingly if maniacally produced drawings of the space anomaly. At least these ones are relatively not terrifying. Interesting. I don't think I've been to this side of the ship. Or maybe I have and she wasn't just here yet. Or she wasn't here just yet. Let's see. Bonsai tree. Clipped to be just so. Collection of adventure periodicals. Tristan insists this growing library is research material strictly to help him understand the common criminal mind. Some issues are also a trove of information for anyone curious about the universe outside the Protectorate. Rare order reading material, a mix of high adventure escapism and high-level mathematics.
Agent, what do you need?
You seem happier being less focused on violence.
Happier? Me? Really? I suppose that is an applicable term. Hope it's not getting in the way of the work. Are you satisfied with my performance? Anything to note?
Killing won't solve everything. We need to do more than just survive.
I tend to agree. Though I didn't see things that way before. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All about it.
May
See how that
all our
works out
endeavors
first.
yield expected results.
What's up, Justinian, Jacob? How y'all doing, huh?
Commander, I have news. I finally heard back from Virgil. His message was suitably vague. I suspect he fears the Consul's eyes scanning his message, but I believe it to refer to the Arbiter training facility located on Paradise Island.
Sounds good. Great, let's go. Any idea why he chose to meet there?
Parts of the location can only be accessed by Arbiters. He likely did so to avoid the Consul's spies. There's a certain hominess to it, inasmuch as we have any particular home. Bringing our findings to Virgil will hopefully allow us to deduce something from all that we found. I only hope it dispels some of the muddiness we've encountered so far. Further complications would be most disagreeable.
Wouldn't though. Testing of the veil. Let's do that. It's a Martian. When hit and melee, gain 20% bonus damage for 3 seconds. Interesting. Need to research later why I can't fucking charge any of these fucking badass weapons. Or mod them. Kinda sucks. Wonder if I have to find special ass mods for them. Probably do. We'll figure that out. This is what I have equipped. Golden Shroud. That one's not bad. 0% max health. Complicated. Yeah. just as simple as this one. That's pretty badass. This one. Alright, we're good. Yeah, that's good. And away we go.
too late. If Virgil's not about, he's like to be in the training class dance. There's a lift that will take us lower, located behind the door next to those stairs.
Measured reply. No passing notes. Remember, the Arbiter is respectful and attentive to the Protectorate. And Arbiter Neves is a Protectorate embodied. Besides, he appears to be doing his best, and the best at all times is expected of an Arbiter. Is that the case?
Tristan! It's a relief to see a friendly face. Do come up.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, stepping in sheep.
Virgil! Ah, thank the architect I found you intact. We visited the Supreme Arbiter's office in Central Control and found something impossible.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of what you've uncovered?
Tristan is in denial about the evidence we found. Hope you could set him straight.
Fine. If you're still so thick-skulled, Tristan, then I can see I've no choice but to confess. Hold. Do you hear movement?
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Council, we stand to bring you low. Do not resist.
Damnation. I knew the Sentinels were looking for me, but I did not expect they would come to this place. We have no choice but to fight. I can operate our turrets from this location, but you must engage the Sentinels head-on to prevent our being overwhelmed. Go now.
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die.
For sure. That's exactly what we're about to do. Kawabanga! Yeah! Hammered the shit out of them.
Those fools were but an expeditionary force. I've no doubt the bulk of their number remains on the surface. I shall take an alternate path to prepare a surprise for our would-be assailants. Then I shall flank them as you engage them.
Hold. You were beginning to say something before we were ambushed. I would care to hear it.
We cannot have this conversation until we are safe. Engage those on the surface and I shall join you. Go now.
Yeah.
Those fools. Protectorate subjects should know better than to attack a Protectorate Arbiter. I had no choice but to judge them as traitors to the Protectorate.
Rawr.
Why would they simply open fire? Why wouldn't they attempt to conversate?
Maybe they thought you were the traitor. I think I was the problem, and it will continue. Got a problem with it? Better say so now. I don't know. Probably a group psychosis thing. Number 1.
Then they should have reported me to their superiors rather than attempting to exact justice themselves. I shall continue to answer slights of this nature through violence. But hopefully, I shall not need to do this more than a few times.
That's fair, bro. Oh, I should have saved that shit. Oh well. Live like it.
Improving position. Perfection is perfect.
Right.
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Consul is one thing, but that was a small army! What have you done?
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. You sincerely have a need for me to spell it out before you'll face the truth? Very well then. Tristan, you stand before the murderer of the Supreme Arbiter.
Looks like I owe now's 10 bits. Let Tristan respond. Let's not be a smartass at this juncture.
I don't believe this. The Consul must have captured you and sent you to mental refreshment. It's the only...
Open your eyes, Rao.
You meant fool?
Those Sentinels were here with due cause. The elimination of a murderer. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore witness to those final moments?
Actually, the message was unsent when we found it.
Had I not been so overcome with emotion, I would have been thorough enough to delete that. It matters no longer.
No. You lied to me?
I had to. I knew that if you learned what had transpired, why I did what I did, it would destroy you.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath?
You got one chance to explain what happened and why you did what you did. If a traitor outranks you, how are you supposed to judge them? Try to calm down. You need to think rationally about our next course of action. I think we've had enough of this dramatic back and forth. What are we going to do here? This sounds like grounds for execution to me. We are gonna go 3.
You're right. You're right. I can't let emotion get the better of me. This is not the first time we've encountered the paradoxical nature of Protectorate law. Each time we did, you convinced me to stay my hand, and I do not regret those I spared. Our prior conclusions inform my present feelings. I theoretically understand what Virgil did, for there was no proper decision he could make. But I cannot view this objectively. Virgil killed our mentor.
Don't break your brain, bud.
It's madness. I cannot simply let that stand.
Can I?
Can I?
Your only alternative is to execute him, and doing so wouldn't bring your mentor back.
You're really saying that after all we've been through together? The fact you're hesitating here means you know executing Virgil is wrong. With thinking like that, why are you having so much trouble executing Virgil? Alright, if that's the way you feel, kill him. Maybe on the next playthrough. The fact you're hesitating here means you know executing Virgil is wrong. Number 1.
You mistake my aim for one of vengeance. I still care deeply for Virgil. I do not blame him. But I must do what is just.
C'est la vie. How many unlawful things have you done in the last week that turned out to be just? You've made a bunch of difficult decisions. This shouldn't be any different. Let me ask you this. What would you have done in Virgil's shoes? Number 3.
I don't know. He was right when he said the consul would simply manipulate high command. But the law is clear on this. It is explicitly illegal for an inferior to execute their superior. The issue must be accelerated to a higher authority. But is addressing traitorism not the utmost priority of any arbiter? Is not the betrayal of everything we stand for more significant than a breach of protocol?
Number 3. Forget all that. What's your conscience telling you to do?
The Supreme Arbiter taught us that conscience has no bearing in our role. But I suppose she has given me much reason to question her teachings. I cannot bring myself to execute my sworn brother.
You're a hero. I was thinking you didn't have a heart. That's good. I wasn't fancying fight with another arbiter. Hope you're losing your nerve, Tristan. Alright. Number 1. Here I was thinking you didn't have a heart.
It could be better if I did not. I cannot be sure this path does not fly in the face of all I believe, or speak to some weakness at the depths of my being.
I found it.
I know not what to make of the Supreme Arbiter's betrayal. I'll have to ruminate on it for some time. But that aside, I forgive you, Virgil. You are spared.
I don't know what to say. I just wish there had been some other option.
If you two want to cry it out, I can turn around. He did something unfathomably difficult, and he did it in the name of justice. Considering the other options I've seen for the Protectorate, I'd take death. This melodrama is turning my stomach. Number one, if you two want to cry out, I can turn it around.
Oh, I have some measure of spine left, believe me. I can at least promise to spare you such an embarrassing display. 1,000 words of thanks for meeting me here, Tristan. I know not what the future holds for us, but for the time being, I must make myself scarce. Though, before I go, a parting gift. May Tristan make use of it better than I.
Go with the Sovereign's blessing, brother. And be careful. If you survive today only to be brought low by an agent of the Consul at a later point, I shall be most annoyed. Commander, this has all been draining. I need time to process what we've learned today. What I've done. Later, I hope we might discuss it.
Maybe. Remember, Neds, you're an Arbiter. An Arbiter is a one-person army, a battleship in the form of man, a living raw of the Protectorate. You are just doing your best. Remain modest, remain steadfast, and the Protector will reward your dedication at the appointed time, not a moment sooner. Remember, Neds, this is not your helmet. This is your rash. Talking about Arbiters, hug right there. Yada, yada, yada. Alright. They're all asking what Tristan would do because he was the original Arbiter and blah blah blah, yakety schmacky. Just the recruits missing their leader.
Commander. I've had some time to process what transpired with Virgil. Despite the manner of what Virgil has done, I cannot help but be glad I did not need to slay him. I can only hope he does not run afoul of further Sentinels. I still have much doubt about my path, but I don't believe Protectorate law is as ironclad as I once thought.
Never thought I'd see the day.
Having good intentions does not spare you. Doing what you think is right does not spare you. This cannot be justice. Yet what can I do? More than 100 years of Protectorate society cannot be changed by a lone body. Can it?
All you can do is try to uphold justice. Actual justice, not the Protectorate's ideal.
But how? I see. I must follow my own path, my own sense of right and wrong. I can only hope it has been cultivated properly. I shall remain with the Protectorate, interpreting its laws through a moral instead of a punitive lens. Innocent until proven guilty is a novel concept, but it is worth a try.
Number 3, do my ears to see me? Hey everybody, Arbiter Rau's not an ass anymore.
Despite your glib tone, I understand what you touch upon. When we began traveling together, I was not sure what to make of you. But your input throughout our time together has been invaluable. I deeply appreciate your hand in this investigation, Commander, and in entertaining my incertitude. Let us move forth to free Arcadia from injustice.
Oh shit. That is awesome. Yeah. That's cool.
Halt! Abide! Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The Endpoint?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Anchoress Brunn straight away.
Grand idea. We'll go speak with her directly. Great idea. We'll go speak
We
with her.
actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Assuming you'll vouchsafe for your colleagues, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
Anchoress Brunn is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grasp. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
Playing along. Duration indeterminate.
Just want you to know your efforts are seen and appreciated.
You deserve no small thank you for your support, valued colleague.
No.
Do not interfere in the workings
Nothing
of the
to see
universal
here.
This experiment seems a mite controversial, dangerous even, both in a physical and mathematical sense.
Your job is intimidation, not risk assessment. The Anchoress knows what she's doing.
Of course. Forgive me. I will look to math as a source of comfort rather than anxiety.
I cogitate more efficiently knowing you're on our side.
Look, everyone!
Lovely day for differential
As
geometry.
you can see, I guard the entrance.
I
Let's
hear you're
post
a
on
new
Point
problem
Obviation.
solver.
If it isn't my new favorite operator.
Oh, hello. Have an intellectually stimulating day.
I am a longtime vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. Someday they'll let me ride the elevator. Someday.
Anchorites are reclusive and highly regarded in Order Society. Anchoress Brunn's presence here indicates the importance of this facility.
Oh, who's this?
Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped prove Anchoress Chow's argument that violence is sometimes necessary. I admit I have modified my stance toward that more recently. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And you're Marisol Delgado. We've never met somehow, but I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
Re-enlist? What are you talking about? Restarting Marisol's department? We came here after finding the anchorite Chow's body in your manifesto posted nearby. Let me just say this new cell is much nicer than your old one. You seem pretty unfazed by Anchoress Chow's death. Haven't mentioned her once. Number 4.
A truly unfortunate accident. I had posted my disputation and stated my intention to leave. We argued heatedly. Objects were thrown. She stumbled and fell badly. We try to honor her loss. Such tragedy only underlines the importance of our endeavors here. Each day the equation remains unsolved, countless more tragedies occur. We must succeed at the soonest possible haste. You saw the disputation, though. Tell me, what did you think? You read it, yes?
Bit over my head, honestly. Can you translate it for a layperson?
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
How'd you end up here for the monastery? Why choose such a remote location? Do you have research from Sir Bajol that was locked up at? Number 3.
Oh, you're an admirer as well? It's one of the very things that led me to agree to lead the efforts here. I believe it's the way forward for the Order. Bujol's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researchers' theories.
Really? Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
Number 3. How long has she been working here?
Not long at all. We reached out to her on Cloister. She agreed to join us immediately. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
Thanks, we'll find our way.
Wonderful. So good of you to join us. Speak further after you check over Seer Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting.
Okay. What's the scope? It's a meteorological attunement apparatus. Duh. Alright, talking about some experiment. Oh, they skipped.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. I'll press them to verify my settings. Careful.
Not warning you again.
This unit should consider recalibrating the weapon sighting mechanism.
I thought Val was attacking me there for a moment, but that sure was fun. Alright.
Careful. Neutralizing
Not
unfriendlies.
warning you again.
Marisol Delgado, also known as the Endpoint, has been eliminated. Observing a moment of silence. Silence. Observed.
That's okay. Just to see what happens. We weren't really gonna kill him.
Head Intercessor Delgado. What an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again?
Hold on, what are you even doing here? Yeah.
I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help, or stay out of my way.
Remind me again what's at stake and explain it to me like I'm terrible at math.
You don't remember us discussing this before Winter's Grasp? Too many competing crises, I guess. All right. Years ago, I was kicked out of the Order for research deemed dangerous. A means of sidestepping much of what's presumed required to solve the universal equation, using a series of reasoned shortcuts and educated postulations.
The idea was, theoretically, it would hurry the process along, so the equation could be solved in our lifetime. It was completely unorthodox.
Since then, I calculated what might occur if my work was completed. And there's a big chance of subsequent events leading to a universal end. So the stakes are everything.
When we destroyed the original copies of her research at Winter's Grasp, I discovered someone else was continuing her work, which led us here.
Oh, no, I remember now. Okay, go on.
The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-evs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful. So I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
Sure you two don't want to talk it out?
I, for one, am certain. Even if I wasn't, now is not the time to dally. Sooner you start, sooner this will be finished. All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes,
Ooh,
if we
subtle.
alter the experiment input
That's
data
me.
in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the second floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Another day, another bet.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
What?
Path to ascendancy is known. You're doing the architect's work.
Hold on. Maybe. must have missed a bit somewhere.
Hard to get in a good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms.
Yeah.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
Say a piece of foil.
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
Enemies detected.
Alright, no choice. Mushroom.
Path to ascendancy is non-linear, so it says in the good textbook. May all solutions precede problems.
I'm sure I didn't. As I have repeatedly stated, it is a tricky matter to set all components of this test in the correct manner. To simulate a functional micro-universe, even the slightest error could undermine our vitally important efforts here for the seemingly infinite. Oh, really? Hold on, guys. Oh wait, oh, it's right. For the seemingly infinite time, maximum uranium flow is absolutely required for the highest possibility of experiment success. If the flow is less than 500 gallons per minute, test results will entirely be skewed. Here's the science, me.
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
Yeah.
Hard to get in good sleep cycle. What to do? Start the cycle, do-do-do. Hard to get in a good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural law.
Beware. What's up, Blues? Got a clue?
Trust that is the sound of science going exceptionally well.
Of course it is, sir. Cheerio. Bless. Go away. Vámonos, vámonos.
It's Fibonacci, a sequence largely.
You're constantly leaving the lights on and wasting energy. Your gadget's energy now recharges more slowly, but you have an overall larger reserve to use your ways. Negative 25% energy rate, plus 50% energy. Huh. Sure. I'm gonna take that one.
Two preceding numbers gives us math that brings us wonders. Define recurrence relation, get us to sequence summation. It's Fibonacci from Liber Abahachi.
Court replicator at ready status.
Oh, you see, that's why I saved. Hey, who are you shooting at? Stop. Oh, your head fell off, dude.
Commander,
I just
when
got
you
a
next
message.
check
Look.
your personal terminal, you'll find my letter of denegation. Far as I can tell, my standards of acceptable conduct are a mite unrealistically high for this little outfit. Not sure that's something we can solve.
Why? Because I killed your friends? Man. As far as I can tell, actually, maybe it's best to part on friendly terms. You know what? Now you're gonna piss me off. Alright. Number 2.
You're actually threatening me? How nonsensically ill-advised. You seem strangely intent on making me your enemy. I will go before this escalates into violence. You see me again, it'll be the last sight you ever see.
You go home. Oh, you lucky you walked away. Look, I'll do it again. Alright. That was dumb. I didn't need to kill those people. I mean, she's killed how many people? How is that fair? Because I didn't move fast enough. Carter Kennedy, Sir Gillespie.
Enemy near. Statistical chance of violence increasing.
Bless you.
Minus 2. Now you know just what to do. Start the cycle, do-do-do. Hard to get in a good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logarithms. Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance. The path to ascendancy is non-linear, so it says in the good textbook.
If you're done, evaluating my work and all settings are final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber.
Aye, aye,
The
Captain.
experiment-
Oh, what? Alright, voiding oxygen, that's what I heard you say. My bad. Burst!
Did it work? Did it work? See, Bushel, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Empress Brun. But she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well-researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
No, we'll end it for evil. See. How the fuck are we supposed to do that? This is going to involve math, isn't it? Can't we just kill her? That's our number one.
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely.
I'll just show her I'm
Then
nuts.
no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
Number one.
A brain-off against an Order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident.
You see?
Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
What are the potential drawbacks to the logic bomb?
Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness is required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
I would be willing and on hand to assist. And the other option would remain if we botch it.
I'd like to hear our other teammates' opinion about this.
Demoralizing an enemy through overwhelming logic may be a preferable alternative to outright murder.
When you say it like that. Seems like you have a clear preference here, Marisol. We should try to undermine her confidence if we fail. Accidental death is our fallback. Let's convince Empress Brunch she's an utter failure. Try to leave her alive. Number 3.
Thank you for listening. That's a relief.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have been trying to be different. From the person others believe me to be.
From the legend? If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet.
This is my first brain off. Any advice?
Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her. But in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one. What if the Anchoress realizes what we're doing and calls for help?
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh. That sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely.
Alright, we should go.
Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit expected results.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
In your old bag.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, hmm? Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
So your Bejeweled was very thorough, but there were some issues. I hate to break it to you, but the experiment failed spectacularly. I don't think the universe was to be that color. It looked hungover. Sir Bejeweled was thorough, but there were some issues.
Some issues? You seem like softening the blow. Was there a malfunction? Was there some error in the calculations? Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
The equipment you're using is hopelessly out of date.
I assure you it is not. Grace was personally responsible for its selection after advisement by our team. Everything is modeled after top-order labs. What else concerned you?
Number 2, since when did the Order scientists believe in cutting corners? I thought you were meticulous.
Solving the universal equation demands considerable thoroughness, but also requires all possible efficiency. Though, that said, it's true that we must guard against skimping unduly, to any extent that might introduce error. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
Anchoress Chow doubted your plans. Her final words claimed you've been swayed by flattery.
I miss her skepticalness and insight. If we could agree on a topic, there could be little doubt in its logic and rectitude. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
Are you sure? Because our predictions imply both are inevitable if we pursue this.
Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
Seer came to sabotage the test because she thinks you're going to get everyone killed. You think it's brilliant because you failed to grasp all of its intrinsic errors.
That's both incorrect and rather mean. Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying.
Maybe.
There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure.
Still sounds within the margin of error. I maintain that the underlying science is off. You're grasping the foundation of everything you've been doing around here is unsound. Number 1.
Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed. This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging, disputatious, at times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
By all means.
There's a critical flaw in Seer Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. That is an interesting thought puzzle. As humorous as it is inapplicable. I remain unswayed.
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option now. Head for the hatch.
What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do?
Nah, I'm gonna do that again.
Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my... There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond accept... Oh, come, one bad... Ah, the experiment data just... There was some variance to the input data. Oh, come.
What should I eat? I'm hungry.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything. What? Are you all right? Did you hit your head coming up here? I mean, what is that supposed to mean? It couldn't... Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
The experiment was deeply flawed on a conceptual level.
Really? In what way?
Spawning a far mini-universe to solve the universal equation doesn't make a lick of sense. Since when did order scientists believe in cutting corners? I thought you were meticulous. Number one.
Did Seer Bujold fail to explain? Using her theorem, we can map the position and path of every atom in a simulated universe. Then extrapolate that to solve the equation. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
Maybe one of the two of us isn't taking this seriously enough.
No, I'm starting to believe you're just needlessly fretting. Is this nerves? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be dismissive. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
Are you sure? Because our predictions imply both are inevitable.
Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
The seer came to sabotage the test because she thinks she's going to get everyone.
Now you've resorted to lying just to be hurtful.
No.
I've seen it before, and I understand you must be in pain, so I will neither take offense nor give that statement a second thought. Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure.
You're grasping. The foundation of everything you've been doing here is upset.
Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed. I fear this was a waste of valuable time.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
No.
Well then, you failed. Our fallback plan's our only option now.
Goddamn.
Head for the hatch.
Alright, we'll try it one more time. And if not, we kill the whole... We kill the whole... I think I want a honey barbecue chicken, I think. Or breakfast burger.
May all solutions precede problems.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything. What? No. It couldn't. Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
go with your staff set.
Not sure what gave you that impression, but I guarantee they are a hand-picked group of top-order scientists, all fiercely committed. No shirkers or malingerers among them. What else concerns you?
Number 2. Again.
Solving the universal equation,
This is
though.
not gonna bottleneck to us killing her.
That said, this was just a start. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be... Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. Oh, is one of you a seer? Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. That's both there was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable. Oh, come. This has been...
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add. There's a critical flaw in Sir Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. I'm much through this. The framework...
It lacks context. When you extract... That is an interesting thought puzzle. As...
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option now. Head for the hatch.
What was that? You're starting to worry me.
You heard her.
What do you intend to
Head
do?
for the hatch. Dun, 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 dun. Open sesame. You know what? She was we tried it first.
Yeah.
Did I miss this? I missed you dying. Big hell.
Fellow scholars of the Order, a tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in test chamber beta, we failed to recognize that ventilation systems had been left connected to test chamber alpha. As you know, it had been recently refurbished as an enclosure for Anchoris Braun. She gave her life for science. Well, it's true that we found the related research deeply flawed, but she gave her life for the pursuit of science. As the experiment was a colossal failure, I, as senior scientist remaining, have determined we must abandon this inquiry and shut down the program immediately. Oh, such a terrible shame. Farewell.
Agent, what do you need? May the plan favor us against long odds.
Wait.
There you are. Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything. Some issues... Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry. Not sure what else concerned you? Solving the though. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say. No. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. but we'll improve. We will continue. Oh, now is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. That's both. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters. Oh, come. I feel.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add. There's a critical flaw in Sir Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. I much through the frame.
It lacks context. This has been.
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option now. Head for the hatch.
What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do? The experiment data just arrived. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed.
Fellow scholars of the Order, a tragic accident has occurred. During our recent experiment in Test Chamber Beta, we failed to recognize that ventilation systems had been left connected to Test Chamber Alpha. As you know, it had been recently refurbished as an enclosure for Ankaris Braun. She gave her life for science. Well, it's true that we found the related research deeply flawed, but she gave her life for the pursuit of science. As the experiment was a colossal failure, I, as senior scientist remaining, have determined we must abandon this inquiry and shut down the program immediately. Oh, such a terrible shame. Farewell.
Yes, Commander. May all our endeavor.
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Ankaris Braun falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events are unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
According to my field calculations, we are well past the point where we need to be delicate here. In fact, I strongly suggest we wipe the floor with these ill-notioned traitors, starting with this one, the arrogant know-nothing who led Anchoress Brun astray.
This slapdash pretense is over. I knew it!
Torpificator at ready status. Reviving me.
He's murder.
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome. That was fun. Alright, squish it like the bugs. Who's crying? Who's crying? Here, one of y'all crying. Is it you? Don't cry, buddy. No, you'll be okay. Yeah, huh? Sorry I squished all your friends. Oh. Kill them all.
Re-engaging with the outpost.
Take cover.
Target analyzed.
Smash it. Oh.
Batten scan.
Firing target. Board of counter available.
On target at the moment. Locking in. Mitigating the threat.
Yeah, that's how you do that. Oh, beautiful. C'est la vie. It's been fun, huh? Yeah.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm?
Well, you know.
Glad to see. Say, I know this was difficult and rather a mess, but you listened. You tried to do right before you did what you must. I appreciate it, the attempt. No matter how that may sound.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you. Anais? Goodbye.
Guess we'll never know what happened to Anchoress Chow.
Oh, Brun obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me.
You sure you're doing all right after all that Marisol?
Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear. Commander, it's customary to evaluate results after a mission of reasonable significance. Would now be good? I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through.
You stuck thinking about what happened to Anchoret Brun? And here I was hoping we'd never have to talk about that again. Number one.
A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Anchoress Brun. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, it will need to get in line.
Any blame for Anchor Brun's fate fall on her and the Exemplar. I bet Exemplar Southworth's reaction is the farthest thing from your mind. Number one.
Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead.
At least we don't have to worry about the universe ending now, for that reason, that is. I admit, I rather like all the burning and weird experiments. Would your old apartment returning really have been that bad of a thing? Number one.
I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely.
Now that some time has passed, how are you feeling about how you left things with Anais? Any other old flames who might threaten the fate of the galaxy I should know about?
Let's say There are no present perils from my romantic past I'm aware of, though I can't rule it out completely. No, I'm thinking more about Anais. She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you.
Credit's all yours.
No. There's plenty of credit and blame to go around. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
Anytime. So, another person's mission's down, and I think that's the last one I have to go as far as that is concerned. So tomorrow we'll start on maybe a task, maybe a side quest, maybe a faction quest, maybe a main quest. We'll see. Thank you for joining tonight. Hope your Tuesday goes smooth. Thank you for liking if you liked. Subscribe if you subscribed. All that other good junk. Have a great day.